Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. And today we're doing a Morgana game. And hopefully everything will go smoothly now, because this is the second time I tried to start this, but it seemed to be okay. So we're going to see how Morgana fares in this game. Yeah, I have no idea where to start here. So she's apparently going mid lane, but we are starting off defending the Trundles blue. And let's see, so they have a Trundle in the jungle, the enemy has a Nocturne, so they're probably not going to come here. They are going to protect their own blue. And well, the team seem to be equally matched, or about equally matched, with Morgana and Blitzcrank being tanky on this team, and Renekton and Irelia being tanky on this team. So I guess fairly evenly matched. And Morgana decided, well, I'm not going to protect the blue anymore. I'm just going to run to wherever. Oh, she is going bottom lane, so instead of mid lane. So this game was sent to me by Frisky Pole. Awesome name, come on, dude. Yeah, he sent me 2 games. He also sent me a Canon game, but I decided to start off with this one. And yeah, I've been getting a lot of games from the champions that I'm missing. And yeah, hopefully I can complete the collection. If you have a game with the new champion, which is Leona, yeah, let me know. Send me a game, because I would like to have one. Well, mainly because having the new champion on your channel actually gives you some new viewers. And yeah, of course, that is one of the big things I am after here. I am still trying to grow big enough so that YouTube will actually accept me as a partner. Because although I really like to do that, it would be really nice if I can actually make some money. Because I don't have a job at this moment. And I am trying to get one, but it would be nice to have something of an income. And yeah, anyone who could help me get that, so for example by providing me with the Leona replay, that would be awesome. So Morgana's, yeah, I'm a little bit out of it today for some reason. So Morgana's skills then. For starters, her innate ability. She has additional spell vamp, or rather she has spell vamp as her innate ability, while we see a really nice kill here on bottom lane. And we see Blitzcrank forgetting to actually pull out, and that is a real shame. Oh wow, landing the really nice, landing the Dark Binding right at the last second, and surviving at 20 HP. And it is really, yeah, you really have to run from the jungle if you have 20 HP left. Because if the jungler comes in to do one basic attack, it is game over and your advantage will be lost. So nice job there by both of them. Both of them got 1 kill. Well, they lost 1 champion and they gained 2 kills for that. Then the Q, because I have been getting some comments that I get distracted easily, but yeah, I know that. So you don't have to comment on that. Also, don't put first on my videos. I really hate that. And I'm going to delete your comment anyway. So don't even bother. Anyway, the Q is Dark Binding. That is a snare, but it is a skill shot, so it is really difficult to land every now and then. Well, Here, it should be easy enough to land when there's no minions in the way, but with minions in the lane, it is really hard to land. Because, well, it doesn't travel too fast, and, well, of course it does damage, because everything does damage. And it snares someone for 2 seconds, which means that you can actually combine it with skill number 2. The W. Tormented Soil, which is basically an AoE damage that just hangs around for a bit. It's this grey, blue, or black, bluish, green goop. I don't know. Don't know what color it's supposed to be, because it is black and then it has green bubbles. But when it goes away, it's blue. So as you can see, or purple. So I'm not sure what they wanted for an effect there, but looks a little bit strange. Anyway, the E then, Black Shield, is basically a shield which doesn't do damage. Wow! No, it is a shield which absorbs magic damage, and magic damage alone, but it also it makes you spell immune, meaning that crowd control effects or stuns and things like that are disabled. So, not actually sure about slows though. I know it's stuns and things like that, but so stuns and snares and those kind of things. But we'll soon see what it actually does. So Blitzcrank actually getting shielded here, because that is the shield that Morgana carries. And then actually running out and getting a nice grab off. But they're not actually going to catch, what's his name, Teemo. And no, Blitzcrank, get out of there. Yeah, that was really risky. He's lucky that Teemo didn't actually focus him enough. Because Teemo could have easily killed him if he had just accepted that he was dead. But he wanted to run away even though he was already dead. And that's why they got the kill. And didn't get killed. So then the ultimate, which is now at level 1 because Morgana just reached level 6. It is a 3-way tether. No, not a 3-way. It's a tether for every champion in range, and it has this much range. And it slows your opponents, and if you keep them in range for 4 seconds, you stun them for 1 second, and you deal additional damage, as usual. But it is the skill that makes her so useful in team fights, because you can stun the complete enemy team with just 1 spell, while your opponents get damaged by your teammates. Also, you can slow them, but the stun is so much more important there. Even though, well, it is the slow, of course, that keeps them into the range for the 4 seconds. And at the very least, you get to disperse your enemies. Missing the dark binding here, because, well, she assumed that, and that is the ultimate, she assumed that they would actually run away, but they stayed in anyway. And wow, getting, oh, that's a shame. Yeah, had he charged up his power fist before getting the grab, that would have been a definite kill, because that would mean he gets an extra tower shot, plus he gets the damage from the basic attack. And with the new patch, they actually fixed that he, so Blitzcrank actually does an attack, and therefore a power fist, when you did the rocket grab. So they get out at very low health, all of them, and that is a real shame. An enemy has been slain. Because that could have been at least 2 kills. But yeah, the last one was a very nice play from Nocturne, so I shouldn't really blame them. He put up a spell shield right at the moment that they needed to. They wanted to kill him, so the Corki basically used his ultimate on him, and he blocked that with his spell shield. And that is just an awesome job. So Morgana is really good at farming because the minions just stay in the same place and then can be farmed with the tormented soil. And are they actually going to get out of this? Wow. No, Morgana is not. But they might pick up a kill here. Yes, very nice. And this guy isn't getting out either. But they pick up a kill on that as well. Wow. So, a little bit of an overextension there from the Nocturne. But some really nice job on both parts. So both teams are doing equally well, I guess. And Morgana is coming back into lane, while Trundle and Corki are trying to hunt down the enemy here. And Corki is trying to farm it up here. So we see a little bit of a fight going on here. Teemo hiding in the bushes and does some nice damage. Really nice trap. And yeah, Trundle couldn't really help that. There's a mushroom there. Yeah, we don't actually get to see the explosions. I still don't know if that's intentional or if it's a bug. I think it's a bug, that you cannot actually see the explosion or the mushroom, and this is definitely a bug, that the minions, so the raids and also the minions from red and blue buff, they keep firing on the last person hitting them, or last champion hitting them. And that means that you cannot actually hide in the jungle, or, well, basically hide anywhere, because you can just see where the projectiles are going, and that's where that champion is. And instead of just stopping to fire when someone is out of range, they just keep attacking. So we get an ultimate from Twisted Fate here, but it seems that nobody is really gankable. So I don't know what he did with his teleport there. But yeah, he's now in mid lane. So he probably didn't teleport at all. I don't know. Seems like a waste of the ultimate to me, but I mean the ultimate has a relatively long cooldown, and you really want to use it to gank your opponents and not to use it to get back into lane. For example, this guy is now all alone and could easily be ganked because he has 866 life left. And for Twisted Fate, that should be doable. Especially if you can get one of his teammates to join him. So we see the first makings of the Rod of Ages, although Rod of Ages at level 8 would not be the best idea, because the Catalyst, the unique passive on that, actually is removed when you upgrade it to either Banshee's Veil or Rod of Ages, and you can really use it if you're low level, because then you can get a lot of life and a lot of mana from it, making you able to stay in lane for a lot longer. So not using his spell shield correctly there, but he didn't get punished for it, the Nocturne that is. But he has to move back now. And they are coming in to get some damage done. But instead they almost get killed, both of them. So really nice trap there by Morgana. And of course the Trundle waiting in the bush here. But yeah, unfortunately the tormented soil doesn't really do anything. I mean, yeah, it lasts for It lasts for 5 seconds, but you only seem to do damage once, although I'm pretty sure it is a damage over time kind of principle. So you do damage every second, but in the tooltip it says it just does a certain amount of damage. So the spell shield, or the shield does work on slows. We just saw him, Morgana, getting hit by a slow and actually using the spell shield to avoid being slowed. So learned something already here. And yeah, not actually doing anything there. But as you can see, it now says 85 magic damage, and it doesn't say it is well, the damage is done every second. It just says this amount of magic damage. But anyway, I don't know. I don't play Morgana a whole lot, and I didn't actually pay attention to it, but to the minions at least it does multiple ticks of damage. So I think this is just a mistake in the tooltip. There are quite a lot of mistakes in the text, but I guess those aren't really, well, high priority to fix. But it would be nice to actually be able to read the skills or read the champion pages and actually know what a champion does, instead of just having to guess things like this. So let's just have a look at the farm while they are just, well, harassing each other, I guess. So mid lane and top lane are doing a good job on killing the minions. On the other end, it seems they are doing a good job as well, but not as good a job. And, well, Morgana is doing pretty well. Blitzcrank, on the other hand, really needs to pick it up with only 19 minion kills. He really doesn't have enough gold to be a good tank. On the other hand, well, 04 and 06 really, yeah, that's not good either. So on the enemy team, all of the kills have gone to the carry types. So not really carries, but I mean, Irelia can do a whole lot of damage when she's when she has some nice items. But she is not really item dependent. Nocturne, on the other hand, is really item dependent, and he has 5 kills. So I guess it's not that much of a deal, of a big deal, that Renekton doesn't have any kills. Twisted Fate, of course, really needs more kills than the 05. But he's not worth any gold anymore, so it is also not a good deal to trade with him, to kill him and then get killed yourself. And who are we hunting? We are hunting no one, it seems. So a little bit all over the place this fight. They aren't focusing one champion in particular, and that is costing them in this case, because both of them are at about 40% health, and they could have easily killed the Nocturne if they just focused their damage on one of the champions. And now everyone just gets away. Oh, Irelia died. The most tanky character on the enemy team actually died. Yeah, sure. But still, it's 19 to 14. So, not a bad deal. But as I said, the amount of gold you get for killing Renekton 06 or Twisted Fate 05 is really, yeah, it's really low. And now that Renekton actually got a kill, he's worth 300 again. So if you kill him, you get 300 gold instead of the, I don't know, maybe 100 golds. And taking out another mushroom there without taking any damage because of the spell shield, and that's an excellent job. Teemo, yeah, overextending. I mean, everybody can see that was definitely overextending. And Akali coming in to just kill this guy. And are they actually going to... Oh, that was a mushroom, sure. Oh, sorry. That was my mistake. Can't blame that on my mouse. I wanted to scroll the screen, but I forgot that I actually had selected the little window in the minimap, which I normally use to scroll because it's a little bit smoother than doing this. So why would they surrender if they're ahead? I mean, they're not ahead, but yeah, most people would still say they are ahead in this case, but they really aren't because of the gold difference. But still, they're not that far behind that they would need to surrender. So I don't know who started the surrender vote. Oh, it's Blitzcrank, of course. He's not farming at all. I mean, he's at 32 now. Trundle isn't doing too hot either. And not actually catching a mushroom this time. So the spell shield is your kind of support ability, I guess. You can really help out teammates with it, and also you can really protect yourself from getting killed by one of the magic champions, and also prevent the Twisted Fate from stunning you, or well, whomever basically. But using the Twisted Fate ult with oh, she knew Teemo was there. Wow. Teemo actually getting out, but still a really nice job there. And oh, did Teemo just die, or did Teemo kill someone? I think Teemo killed someone. I don't think he died, no. Teemo doing a good job actually escaping there, obviously. And the ultimate, I didn't know that, but it actually works. It actually works on hidden champions.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, a lot of Teemo players will do this kind of things, so hiding somewhere, and then they forget that if they're actually spotted, that yeah, someone can just throw something at them, and instead of running away they get damaged, and they think, oh, I'm still invisible. But if someone throws a random tormented soil right on top of you, you're probably spotted. You can safely assume that. So a bit of a team fight here, and some really nice damage going off. I don't know who did all of that damage, but it's probably the Corki and Morgana. So both of them doing some really nice damage. And yeah, I really like the Morgana a little more tanky than just the Rod of Ages, and that's it. But we will have to see what the rest of the game brings. But she normally is the one to jump in and to get the Dark Binding and the Soul Shackle off. And that requires you to be quite tanky. So in just getting some extra life from Rod of Ages, normally not enough to survive. Well, and they leave top lane once again. Putting a ward down. Just to see when someone is there. I guess. But yeah. It's not the most useful place to ward because, well, what are you going to see? You're going to see someone maybe running through here and then you have no vision, so taking out another mushroom. The spell immunity is really nice against Teemo because you can just take out the mushrooms without having any trouble with them. As long as you know where they are or can guess where they are. So they are hoping that the enemy will come, but they aren't coming. Oh no, follow him! Yeah, she really needed to follow that Renekton to just make the stun work. And eventually they did get the kill, but it was a lot more work than it needed to be. And getting Renekton is still a good deal because he is a tanky character on that team, and that means that they will have some trouble defending the turret now. And even though Teemo is a more high-priced target, Renekton does give you 300 gold as well, so, or around 300 gold, because he gets some kills now. At 0.6 it would have definitely been better to just go for the Teemo instead. Yeah, this guy's dead. Okay, so he's not dead, but the Blitzcrank definitely was dead. And oh, come on! So everybody dies, basically.
An ally has been slain.
It's so annoying that it changes focus when you teleport back. I mean, in the game that's not too much of a problem, even though even then it's annoying, but I don't need to see the fountain basically to shop, because there's nothing to see. Yeah, that's not going to work. This is also one of the reasons why Hourglass really isn't that good. I mean, there's still plenty of uses for the 2 seconds you get, but it's just not as useful as, yeah, it can be. It's definitely not the best defensive item ever for a mage, because you still get killed, only it takes 2 seconds more. And yeah, as I said, there are some uses for it. AP Twisted Fate, for example, would have very good use for it, because your ultimate to teleport away takes 2 seconds. So if you just use your ultimate, then teleport, and then immediately use the Hourglass, people cannot stun you to prevent you from getting away. They also cannot damage you, so even if you do that very low health, you can still get away. And since you can teleport anywhere on the map, you can just teleport to your fountain, or to your base at least, and be safe. Of course, you can also use it to prevent the last tick from Ignite, for example, or to prevent several ticks actually. But all in all, it's not the most useful spell, and it's definitely, in my opinion, not worth the cost. And with Zhonya's Hourglass, or Zhonya's Ring, which is used to be before, they split it into Hourglass and Death Cap. The Ring did exactly the same as the Hourglass does now. Only the AP was different. It used to be 120 AP instead of this one's 80. Oh, 100, sorry. But this one has armor and the other one didn't. So, yeah. They really changed the item. I'm not discussing that. Not disputing that. But, yeah, it really still isn't a useful effect. If you get 2 seconds in which you can actually walk away, that would be, well, basically the ultimate of, what's his name, or her name? Kale. So then basically you would have the ultimate of kill, except that you couldn't give it to your allies. You can only give it to yourself. But it would make you, it would make it a whole lot more useful, because you can still do the things with it that you can do now, but also for the situation where Morgana was just in, where you are just a few pixels outside of turret range, you could actually walk into turret range and get some damage done. And this is exactly why you need some more tankiness, because you want to run in like that, but then, yeah, not die. So a 5 for 2 trade there, which is still excellent. But as I said, if Morgana builds a little bit more tankiness, she wouldn't have died there, and she still would have gotten the stun off. And the AP ratios are definitely worth it to. So 270 AP, and this one does 200 or 432 additional damage if you can actually put it off. This one 216, 54 and 243. So all in all, it is worth it to go AP, but it is just, yeah, if you die too quickly, then you don't do the extra damage on your ultimate, because you need to hold it for 4 seconds, and staying alive for 4 seconds inside a group of enemies is a really hard thing to do normally. And I might be better off watching this, although nothing is happening for now. So Trundle just running away, trying to get away at least, and Morgana coming in, and yeah, they're not going to get this kill, so unless they are going to keep hitting it and just keep ignoring their team. But Morgana wisely just goes to help her team, and Teemo is getting out of there, because that is what Teemo does. Yeah, he's so fast you cannot really catch up with him. So they get 2, yeah, 2 for 0. Great job. And we might actually see them winning now, because they haven't been pushing a lot after they got something like this. I mean, exactly. So they go back instead of doing something with the whole team. So taking out this turret, for example. You're not going to die, because the opponent is going to die a whole lot sooner. And indeed, they only have 2 people up. So you really need to push harder than this to finish this game. And the whole enemy team is now defending. So yeah, now it's probably too late to do Baron, but they're still going to try, it seems. No, they're not. Well, that's a good choice. What's the cooldown reduction at? 16%. But yeah, the spell vamp on her innate ability, which goes up every now and then, I think. I don't think it's every level, but I'm not sure. I don't care. But you can really use that if you're tanky, because then you basically never die. If you have full cooldown reduction and you have enough tankiness, then you're going to get enough life to keep yourself alive for the whole team fight. And that is why people do that. That is why some characters are better tanky and others are not, because you have this innate ability to gain life off your skills, and you want to maximize that.
An ally has been slain.
And it is actually a lot. I mean, 35%, that is a whole lot of spell vamp. Yeah, so they indeed now have a free Baron. Or at least maybe not free, but yeah, she'll have to do something here. Come on, run in, do something. And this is an excellent use of the ultimate. And actually still dying, so but that was an excellent trade based on the fact that they just got Baron. So even though you lost one more champion, it is as good as it gets. And yeah, you cannot really expect to get all of them, but at least most of them don't have a Baron buff now. There's only 2 with the Baron buff, and that is Renekton and Irelia. It's a shame they couldn't steal the buff, but yeah, well, that's because they had two of them down. So basically, they traded 3 for 3 in that fight, and yeah, that's as good as it gets. Still, the Baron buff allows you to lose 3 kills, and if you trade 3 for 3 afterwards, that is a good deal. Because even when you lose 3 champions during the Baron buff, or well, in exchange for the Baron buff, you still come out slightly ahead. Because of the gold and the experience. Well, the experience really doesn't matter anymore. But mainly the gold and the fact that 2 of you still have a Baron buff. And Irelia with Baron buff, for example, is really strong. As we will soon see, probably. And Twisted Fate once again using his ultimate, but not actually getting anything done. And are we going to see another ultimate here? Yes, we are. But yeah, getting 1 stun off, and that is 1 kill. Oh, come on! Yeah, finally. And is he actually going to get out, or is someone going to snipe him? Yeah, that's the Baron buff Irelia for you. That is just too strong. And by now, yeah, I'll log the camera so you can see him die, or her die. Oh, actually killing Teemo there. Really nice. But Irelia is not going to die here anytime soon. But yeah, keep doing the damage because it gives you more life. And yeah, not that she would actually survive that, but a 4 for 5 trade. Yeah, it's not brilliant, but it's not too bad either, since Irelia is now the only one with the Baron buff left. But you can see the difference in minion kills. Blitzcrank and Trundle are really under-leveled. I mean, they're still level 16, while everyone else is level... Oh, Twisted Fate's level 17. But he's probably very close to level 18. But all of the rest is level 18. But you can mainly see it from the items. Yeah, Blitzcrank not building tank. Trundle actually building quite tanky, which is really good. And Morgana not building tanky. So that's why they are losing at this moment. They are a little bit behind, and they might actually be doing well to buy something defensive every now and then. And watching this, we can actually see that you need to watch out for Irelia mainly. And Irelia does physical damage. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, well, I know she does true damage as well, but I think she's normally a mix, but I'm not sure which one is actually the main one. So I'm just going for the effect that Trinity Force has, which is just physical damage, which means that getting armor is actually really good. I'll unlock the camera so we can actually see the fight a little bit better. And nobody actually gets damaged except for this Twisted Fate and Nocturne. Then, yeah, the whole team seems to run out all of a sudden, and yeah, if Blitzcrank only had built some tankiness, they would have gotten 2 kills there. And I really are actually dying now, so that is good because she was the strongest one on the team. And yeah, now killing them one by one. And oh wow, this is close, but not close enough, I'm afraid. Yeah, Corki really shouldn't have died. He should have stayed in to poke with his ultimates. And yeah, now these two can stay in, but normally they shouldn't be able to. Oh, they're not actually going to push, they're going to wait for the next minion wave, which could take quite a while. Oh, it's so sad to see because they were really ahead at some point in this game. But just because, well, they didn't focus their damage on one of the champions, or on the squishy ones anyway, they just cannot get kills. And they are getting killed because, well, 4 of the team, well, it started here somewhere, 4 of the team ran out and 1 of them stayed in. And then they ran back a little bit and did exactly the same thing. And here exactly the same thing. And then Corki ran in against 2 enemies with very low health, but he was low health as well. So he couldn't actually get it done. And if he just stayed back, if he used his ultimate to just harass them and use his Q to harass them, they wouldn't have been able to stay in, or they would have died. And if they make a mistake of not pulling back early enough, you can actually kill them, but not when they're still at 20% health. So it is kind of sad to see that your tank is 6 and 12. I would have liked this Blitzcrank to be full tank and then go 0 and 12. Because that would have been awesome. That would have been an excellent use of your tank capabilities, and the amount of gold you give to your opponent would be basically 0 compared to the kills you're going to get with your team. And yeah, just taking out a Guardian Angel here, but they're not going to get anything done. I mean, Twisted Fate obviously dies, but yeah, that's nothing compared to this. They all died because they cannot focus on the weak ones. They finally focused on the Twisted Fate, killing him, but then everyone else is at half-life. And just get that one guy. I mean, Twisted Fate, then Teemo, then I guess Nocturne, and then the other 2. But especially if somebody has Guardian Angel and you're in a 5v5 team fight, even if he's a squishy carry, just get the other squishy carries first. I mean, you still want to take him out before you take out the tanks, but the Guardian Angel takes a few seconds to actually respawn the champion, and that is too long to wait for you. I don't know who had the Guardian Angel. I think it's Nocturne, but he's not here, so... Yeah, and once again, she's all alone. And, well, now Trundle came in, but... So, the Soul Shackle came up. Right at the moment she snared the Renekton. And if she used her ultimate at that moment and there were actually some teammates nearby, they would have gotten the kill on Renekton. But now, because nobody was nearby, because everyone was off doing something else, they actually didn't get that. And she wisely decided not to do the ultimate, because the ultimate wouldn't have been useful. Would have gotten the stun, but yeah. Anyway, it seems that yeah, now that they came back 48 to 48, they are so far ahead in gold. Even though Corki and Morgana are doing. I have been saying Tristana probably quite a lot. Anyway, Corki and Morgana are doing a great job in farming, as well as Akali, but with two underfarmed teammates, no tank on your team, it is going to be really hard to survive this. And are they really going to build two glacial shrouds here? Because Morgana has one in the making, and Blitzcrank has one in the making. And it seems they are. And yeah, Blitzcrank should have had his up a long time ago. And he should have never gone for Trinity Force. They have enough damage, but people don't seem to understand that their function may not be to get kills. I mean, they watch these pro matches and they watch a game from Big Fat Gigi, who is used to playing well, in serious matches he always plays the carries. And then they see him going for Blitzcrank with Trinity Force because he's just trying it out, or because, well, he knows he can make that work. But that doesn't mean it's a viable build. Also, because you find it on MOBA Fire with someone posting that it's the best build ever, doesn't mean that it's actually a good build. Just think about your build and think about what your team composition is, because your team needs to work, not you as a champion. This is a team-based game, and if your team has no tank in it, like this, and you are Blitzcrank, then you need to be the tank, because you are going to draw the aggression, and you're going to rocket grab someone into your team, and they are going to attack you for trying to do that. And of course you want to have the Frozen Heart on Blitzcrank, because he is going to be the one pulling the enemies towards him, so they're going to be close to him. And of course Morgana, tired of getting killed, is getting the Frozen Heart now. But yeah, as I said, Blitzcrank was also building one and also finished it, so now they have two. And they're not useful in duos. One of them should have built the Age of the Legion, because that provides a whole lot of tankiness to the team. And even though none of your allies is building anything tanky, it is still useful. So I really are going for, yeah, the build you need. Frozen Heart, Banshee's Veil, Guardian Angel, Mercury's Threat. That means she is so tanky that you cannot kill her. And on top of that, she goes Hexac Revolver, no, Gunblade, making her lifesteal and Spell Vamp incredible, which means that she's never going to die, especially with the Guardian Angel there. And if she stays anywhere near her team, yeah, that didn't work. The golems are still alive. So Irelia is actually the tank on this team, with Renekton. Both of them have excellent tank items, even though Irelia can afford to go Trinity Force, because she has all the tankiness. And she has lifesteal and spell vamp, which in her case makes sense. Oh, nice job. No, the enemy team then, but yeah, actually trying to grab, but ran in much too close to grab. You can grab from a whole lot further away, and the enemy team just, well, killed him for like 70%, and then his mana barrier triggered, and they couldn't actually kill him because he flashed over the wall, but that almost got them a kill, and at the very least it got Blitzcrank out of the next team fight, which is this one. I mean, he is in here, but he cannot really engage too much because he doesn't have a mana barrier anymore. And there he falls. I mean, they're just ignoring him even though he's building damage, and what he needs to do is be in your face. He needs to pop people up with his power fist, and he needs to grab people into turret range and things like that, or into his team. And he cannot do that because he is building damage instead of tankiness. So, all 5 of them dead, I'm guessing. Yeah. So 1 for 5. Again, Twisted Fate dying, who's 3 and 16 now. So he's not worth anything anymore. And all of the good characters actually just don't get focused. I mean, look at these health bars. They could have easily killed any one of them, but decided to just spread their damage and not focus one. Anyway, it was an intense game. It's a sad thing to see someone lose because of these simple game mechanics, and especially since halfway through the game, somewhere there was a whole discussion a monologue basically from Morgana in the chat, where she said you should be focusing this one and then this one and then this one and then this one, and nobody listens. Everybody just attacks some random dude and then are amazed that nobody dies. But yeah, they should have won, or they could have won. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.